All right. Now we got another amazing guest here. We have Dr. Amanda Morel.
You said it
Morel,
right.
Yeah,
Like
Morel.
the mushroom.
Yeah, like the mushroom. Trained in England as a periodontist, a dentist in Canada, and are you the founder or the head? The founder of Filling the Gap Dental Outreach.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Tell us about it. What is
Yeah.
Filling the Gap?
So filling the gap.
Other than a dental
outreach.
pun.
Exactly. That was a clever thought someone had. So no, we're a charity that treats people who are on low income and uninsured.
Yeah.
So mainly adults 18 to 65 in the GTA, in the Toronto area. So we have 2 clinic locations.
So of actual physical locations?
Yes.
Really?
We do, yeah.
Ah.
So we're using, one of them is using a public health facility.
Okay.
That's in the Rexdale Community Health Centre.
Uh-huh.
So after they leave for the day at 4 p.m., we're able to go in 2 evenings a week and Saturday mornings. The other location's in Scarborough. And that is a coalition. It's between the Canadian Centre for Refugee and Immigrant Healthcare. Not sure why they picked such a long name.
Yeah,
but anyway, and ourselves. So we work together, and we have a clinic, dental 3 ops in that building. And so we work out of there as well every day of the week.
Every day?
Yeah, apart from occasionally when we don't have a dentist willing to volunteer. So mainly we work with volunteer dentists. We have just recently, 2 years in a row, we've had a grant from Green Shield, which has enabled us to hire a part-time dentist to add to the team.
Shield? Is that like
Green
an
Shield
insurance
Canada.
company?
Oh dear,
The
now
insurance
you're asking
company?
me. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not sure
I've
that I
heard
have
Green
the
Shield.
exact
Yeah.
answer,
No,
but
it's all
they
good.
do. They're very generous and they do a lot of donations and they have a particular interest in oral health care.
So how do you find patients, or how do patients find
Oh, yeah. So we don't advertise. We really don't need to. We always have. I mean, I was recently asking our receptionist, and she said we usually have 30 to 40 messages every morning when she comes in.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
so there's a huge need because there's a huge group of people that kind of fall between the cracks, that they are on low-income jobs, but they don't have any benefits. So they're on minimum wage, maybe working 2 jobs, trying to support a family, and then they just don't have the funds to go to a dentist and pay full cost. So so our service is free in the Rexdale location, and we do make just. That was part of their policy of doing it. But the other location, we make a very small charge, just really toward like a booking fee, like $20, $15, $20, something
Wow.
like that.
And what kind of services do you provide?
It's an urgent care clinic, so it's mainly emergency exams, extractions, fillings, pulpectomies, basic stuff, and dentures. We now have a denturist working in one of the locations.
Wow.
So just really to get people. We're not their dental home per se. It's just that they have somewhere to come. Yeah.
What is it like to provide care to someone who, truly cannot afford it and would never be able to achieve?
It's very rewarding, to be honest. And there are some people like I don't know if you saw that picture over there, the before and after.
Yeah,
That was actually a patient I saw who we ended up in the end extracting a lot of her teeth because they were just, shot essentially, and making her dentures. But it's very life-changing for some people because if they've got missing teeth or broken down teeth, socially finding a job, all of those things are very difficult. And once we fix their smile from an aesthetic point of view, they feel more confident.
Absolutely.
I mean, it
That's
helps
why
them
we're
to
dentists.
eat properly. Exactly. Helps them to eat properly, helps them to just socialize with more confidence. So it can be very life-changing. And I think all of our volunteers do it because they want to give back, use their skills and give back. But they do find it a very rewarding experience, for sure.
How did you decide to start this?
Well, I think when I first moved from the UK to Canada, we were just talking about that in 2007, I did go through the certification process to become a dentist here. So I think that took anyway, long story cut short, I think it was around 2012 that I actually made that decision and got certified. So that was the first thing I thought of doing because, as we were talking earlier, in England we have the National Health service. So it's a very low cost kind of way of getting dentistry for people who can't afford the private prices. Whereas here, I kind of quickly learned that there was no such thing. And someone mentioned that there was a volunteer clinic in Scarborough, so I just sort of went along. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
And just also getting back into dentistry after a few years of not working.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stayed, and then just got more and more involved and took on more of a leadership role. And then in 2020, set up this new charity, Filling the Gap Dental Outreach. And so
so you founded it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's amazing.
Wow. So it's been. I mean, I do work 3 days a week as essentially as an associate. I don't have my own practice, but I did in the UK. I had a perio practice, as I mentioned earlier, but I didn't go down that route, and I got more involved with this, and so 2 days a week I'm doing Filling the Gap. And it's kind of more than that because, as you can imagine, it's a full-time kind of
my goodness,
thing.
I couldn't even imagine.
So it's my hobby as well as my work 2 days a week.
Dr. Morel, let me just take you down this path. I started volunteering in 2009 when I graduated. I went to Guatemala, and I continued to go back and back, and I've been on 19 of these brigades. But my biggest critique from my patients and my colleagues is you go overseas to help people, but yet you don't do anything at home. Why am I not getting free care?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the thing is, a lot of dentists, interestingly, do not realize, I think, that there is a need here.
Absolutely.
I think they assume that public health takes care of the people who fall between the cracks. That we have the programs, the senior programs, the Healthy Smiles, the Ontario Works, we have all of those programs, but a lot of people aren't eligible for them because they're working. And if their income is maybe just over the threshold or so there's a lot of people, a huge number of people that don't have benefits from their jobs. It's like I think a third, 1 in 3 Canadians don't have any dental benefits, and a lot of those people are low income. So it's a very difficult. I think we're kind of a very small part of the solution. I'm not suggesting this is changing the whole
No, because
thing,
it's a multifactorial problem.
You
can't just expect to come up with the solution by extracting a couple teeth. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, but every person's life, that's changed by the work.
Dr. Morel, I have to share something with you. Sanj and I talked about, and she said, I used to get frustrated. The line only gets longer, as you know. You said, I get 40 messages a day. People want to come in. I have one dentist. I can't see 40 people, and the line only gets longer. And you feel like you're not making a difference until you make a difference to that one person. And that's all you're after. You're not looking to make widespread, sustainable changes because that's so beyond your reach.
Exactly.
But you can make a difference in that one person.
Absolutely. And I think that's why our volunteers, keep coming back.
Totally.
That's why they're doing it. And we have some amazing people on our team who are really committed, love what they do, and do a great job. And as well, we have different dentists with different skills. Some are great at extractions and want to do a lot of that, and then others like endo or whatever it is. So we try and, allow people to do whatever they feel they're good at and they want to do. So
damn.
Yeah.
How do you think the Canada Dental Benefit's going to play into all of this?
Good point. I think it's amazing that the government is doing this plan, and I think it will absolutely help. It will take time to roll out. I believe they've started with this interim plan for kids, and I believe by 2025 the full plan will have rolled out. However, there are still an awful lot of people that will not be helped by the plan. So the plan runs through the CRA, so people have to sign up. So if they don't file their taxes, which a lot of low-income people don't, believe it or not, for whatever reasons, they either, there's a number of reasons why people may not do it, but if they're not filing their taxes or they're undocumented here in Canada, they will not be eligible for those benefits. Then there's a whole other group of people. There's homeless people, there's refugees, like Ukrainian refugees do not have access to that interim federal health care plan that a lot of refugees have. So that's been quite an issue for Ukrainian refugees as well, accessing care. So the Canadian Dental Care Plan will not cover all of those people, and there will still be people falling through the cracks. So, and as well, the other point is that a lot of the plans that public health rolls out, There are long wait lists. We often get calls from seniors saying, I'm in pain. I do have the seniors plan, but I can't get into a clinic because they're busy and they have to wait for 3 months or whatever. So I think we're always going to be there as a fallback for public health programs. So even this Canadian dental care plan, if people are in pain but can't find a dentist to see them right away, we'll fit them in. So that's really why it's called Filling the Gap, because no matter what happens with government funding and with programs, public programs, we'll always fill in the gaps in between for people who don't have access to them.
I understand the perspective of, like, at least you did good on that one person, and I feel the same because I've done these service trips. I'm going on another one in 2 months. But, like, any change requires, sustainability and scalability, right? So, like, how do you do that in an area that's so cost prohibitive and requires so much human capital?
Well, I think we're functioning with volunteer dentists, but I'm quite keen to go the route of more paid dentists, but we're looking for funding. And that's really what all of our, any funds that we've raised goes straight into the dental care. So we're hiring a dentist to be able, a part-time, that's all we've been able to afford so far, like 1 to 2 days a week. But, we have the facilities. We have 3 ops in both of our facilities. We'd love to expand. It's worked really well working in public health clinics out of hours, off hours. So we could easily expand if we had the funds to pay dentists to come in. Because the volunteers most often give once a month. They give half a day once a month. So, and it's also very... the organization with volunteers is very, it's heavy on the organization. Whereas if we could hire dentists, we could do so much more. We could expand our work. We could have dentists every single day, 2 or 3 dentists filling those ops. So that's really where we're trying to expand. So we are looking for funding. We're looking for organizations to partner with us and to help us with our costs.
Dr. Morel, is it possible to partner with the school?
Well,
the school gets so little. I'm speaking for you. The school gets so little experience.
Yeah.
You have a population that is in dire need of dental care. Like, why can't?
Well,
we did
meet with the school, actually, with UFT, with a couple of the staff members from there. In our Scarborough clinic, but their comment was that it was a bit too far for students to travel.
Okay.
I wasn't sure that I agreed with that assessment, but I do believe they do partner. They're partnering with the Young Street Mission and with George Brown College. So they do.
Yeah, it just seems like such a such an easy solution. And you can't tell me if a dental student isn't willing to drive an hour or take a bus or an Uber, you're here to gain experience.
No, I agree. Well, if you can persuade them, I'd be very
I don't even want to touch U of T. I've heard the stories. I don't want to go there. But I went to U of S in Saskatchewan. Yeah. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a smaller city. But the need doesn't change.
No, the need doesn't change. And that is a good idea. It just hasn't worked out in our case.
Really?
I have tried.
That's unfortunate.
But
Yeah, there's going to be a huge, I almost feel like a huge tectonic shift with this new program coming in, and I don't think anyone has the right answer, right? Because think of schools, right? How do we get experience? Well, it's folks that want subsidized dentistry.
Yeah.
With this new program, a lot of the people that come to us are going to say, well, I don't want to come for 6 appointments to get, an endo done. I'm just going to go to private practice because now it's subsidized. So it's like such a macro force that not a lot of people are, taking that step back and saying, how is this going to affect everything?
Yeah.
People are just like, socialized dentistry. I don't want to lose revenue.
Yeah.
Right.
Although there are some concerns with this program, and one of them is fraud. I mean, people will have cash.
I don't want to bring that up.
on the patient side, right?
Yeah. People will have cash going into their bank, and there is no need to provide receipts to say that you've spent that money on dental. So, I mean, I'm not saying, I think it's great. I think I'm excited about it. I think it's great, but I'm sure there will still be needs, and there will be people for sure. There's lots of groups that will not be helped by that. No. And hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully they'll find a better way of doing it. But there are definitely concerns about the plan.
Dr. Morel, I have to ask you, do you find a disproportionate amount of patients you see? All your patients are at-risk people, right? Do you find a lot of them have mental health challenges? And how do you deal with that? Because it's not always easy to manage those patients from a volunteer setting with minimal staff. It takes a lot of coordination. How are you dealing with that?
I would agree. I do think some of our patients have mental health issues, but I would say what helps enormously is our volunteers are generally extremely compassionate people. I mean, I guess that's why they're doing it. So they handle people really well. And our staff, we have, reception staff at both Scarborough and Rexdale, amazing. They've got such a great manner with people. We really don't have too many problems. We understand that there are times when people won't show up or there are things that happen, but we're always very understanding about it. But yeah, I mean, interestingly, I wouldn't say we have, I think because of the kind of staff that we have, they take the time to talk to people to get to understand them, where they're coming from. But I would agree, there are a lot of people out there that have mental health issues, but I think we just do the best that we can to handle them in a professional way, and people respond well.
Can you expand on that point? Because I think you glossed over it. You said 100% of the donations go directly to the clinic.
Yeah, I didn't say 100%, but I would say it's well over 90%.
Okay.
So, at the end of the day, we don't have a lot of staff. I'm not a paid, I don't get paid for what I do, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't want that to change. But it's just, most of our volunteers don't get paid, but we do have to pay a dental assistant. But again, that's going straight to the treatment.
No, I mean, but there's no huge amounts of administrative overhead.
No.
There's not an executive committee, because a lot of charities, I'm not going to name them, but they have 6-figure salaries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we don't.
No,
we
and
don't.
you don't take an administrative overhead over top, which I truly admire, because all the charities I work with, they take a percentage. And that eats me a little bit.
No, we don't. We just have 2 receptionists for the 2 clinics, and we have all the dental assistants that work in the different clinics. Those are the only paid staff. We have some paid dentists now, part-time dentists, just 2 that are being funded directly through Green Shield, that grant. So yeah, we really don't have a lot of admin costs. I mean, we obviously had a website done. There's things like that you have to do, but I mean, other than that, it's very much a proper charity, a charity, if you know what I mean. And grassroots charity.
And Amanda, you're spending your time doing it. It's 2023 now. Where do you hope to be in 5 years?
With the charity you're talking about. Okay. Well, you know what? I think it's an interesting question, partly because of this Canadian Dental Care Plan, because I don't know where we'll be in 5 years. I do know one thing, though, that we'll definitely still be needed, and we'll still be there, because I just feel even if it's as amazing as, they hope that it will be, there will still be groups of people, as I mentioned, that will fall through the cracks. So I hope we will grow. I hope we'll be able to add extra locations. We'll be able to get some more paid dentists on the staff, so that we can make full use of the 2 facilities that we do have. Yeah.
Wow. And open a Toronto location.
Exactly.
You can use my condo.
Thank you. that could work. No. Yeah, we do definitely want to. I mean, that Toronto, because we've got 1 in Scarborough, 1 in the sort of Jane and Finch area, so a downtown will be the next ideal location. Amanda,
I have to ask you, I want to take a step back from everything here. What's your purpose? What do you feel you were put on this earth to do? Is this it?
I do. I mean, I do have a religious faith. I'm a Christian. I do believe that I'm very blessed, and many of us are, and I do think we all have a purpose to fulfill. I have the gift of doing dentistry and some administrative gifts. Yeah. So I do hope that I'm doing my little bit to give back to people who need it, in the way that I can. And I totally agree with you that I'm not against overseas mission trips. I think that's also fantastic. But there is such a need on our own doorstep. Yeah. So, I'm just actually very privileged to have found this sort of little area that I can grow into and do my little bit to help.
Because it's a privilege. I think we all need to take a step back and understand it's a privilege to be a dentist. It's a privilege that we were allowed to be put in this system to go to school. Absolutely. Everything had to align. You know what I mean? If we were born on the opposite side of the track, we may not have had that opportunity.
True. No, absolutely, I mean? Absolutely. So we shouldn't take that for granted.
No.
Have to understand that other people haven't had the privileges that we have.
Oh, totally.
And I totally agree. No, I'm really happy to be doing this, and I do feel it's my mission somehow. And it's just sort of happened. You know how things happen. One thing leads to another. And I'm very passionate about it. And we've got a passionate team. We've got an amazing team. Yeah. I would say it's not a one-man or one-woman show. Absolutely not. We've got some. That slipped out. It's not a one-woman show. But I mean, no, we have some great team members, Sanj being one of them, and Manju and Sati, our 2 receptionists, and loads of people.
What's awesome in dentistry is I can graduate next year, and I have no excuse not to give back because I can give back using my skills.
That's right.
I don't need
That
to,
you
I don't
were-
need to pull out my wallet. All I have to do is find a Saturday or find a day and go and help. So I think that's
Absolutely.
another really cool angle.
Well, as well, I mean, really for new grads, it's a great opportunity to get really comfortable doing like the
Absolutely.
extractions or whatever it is. And even funny enough for retired people or semi-retired people who want to keep their hand in and keep their license going, it's a good opportunity for them too to volunteer. So really for whatever stage, I found that people have benefited from the experience. So
Wow.
yeah.
Matt, if someone would like to donate their time or financial resources, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, our email address is info@fillingthegap.ca.
Yeah.
So that's quite easy, info@fillingthegap.ca.
Yeah.
That our website is fillingthegap.ca.
Yeah.
It's all very easy. And then, they'd be welcome to contact me, Amanda Morel at fillingthegap.ca. So I'm happy to give my cell phone number as well if people want to contact, but I think that's probably enough. I definitely get
How about your
hold
home
of-
address?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe I'll
Can
keep
you
that to
accept my
myself.
Amazon packages?
No, afraid not.
Thank you for doing what you do. You're
Not at all.
you're
I love you, Dr. Morel.
Truly, it's quite special because like your booth is right across from ours,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
We've been seeing it.
it's amazing because you're the only one not selling anything,
Right.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
and it's incredible, and I commend you guys for doing that. It's
Oh,
really cool.
thank
Yeah,
you so
it's
much.
phenomenal.
Well, this is
Phenomenal.
great to have this opportunity to share a bit about
we will spread
charity.
this.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a loud voice.
Good. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Morel.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Hi, I'm Neki. Is that a
What's up, man?
sweater?
Yeah, dude, it's the Hi, I'm Doctor sweater. Oh, dude, I see you got yours on too. Looking sharp, bro.
Dude, where'd you get yours from?
It was super easy, man. I just went on to our website, www.hiimdoctor.com. That's HIIMDR.com.
We have a website. We must be raking in cash from selling these sweaters.
Dude, we are killing it. I mean, if that includes losing money on every single sweater that we make, I think we're doing really well.
Yeah, Neki and I are donating all proceeds, which is zero, to charity because we are losing money. selling
I
these
wonder if
sweaters.
the charity will pay us. I think we got something here, man. Let's keep on keep on losing money on every sweater.
Alrighty, guys, go check us out. HiI'mDoctor.com.
Let's see ya.